Minnesota Vikings. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Akeem Hicks coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Open here, Adam Thielen. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and this is picked up by the Bears. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. So we've got a challenge. Our referee's going to take another look on the tablet. He's going to be watching to see if the knee was down prior to the ball coming out.
I love what you just said there. You nailed it, because if the ball's shifting or moving before the knee or any other part of the body hits the ground, then that'll be considered a fumble.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. He'll look to throw, and he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Khalil Mack in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Trubisky brings the Bears out 1st and 10 at their own 15. First carry now for Jordan Howard. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Gonna let one fly for, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
When you're in man coverage, you have help over the top, you become a much more confident defender. Trail the receiver and know that someone over the top can make a play, and that's exactly what happened here. The free safety coming up with the interception.
Now a handoff looking right, and that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Watch it now, Barney.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. 2 yards gets them back to where they started, but now 3rd and 10.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Watch it now, Barney.
They'll set up a throw. He's going to let this one go deep. He rifles one that's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
They'll begin the drive with Howard. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
18. Set up. 180.
On second down, Trubisky. Flushed out right, and that's incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And that'll make it third down.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Taken from just outside the 30. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Trubisky with a give to Howard. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by Mike miscues. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney. Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
Now they try the right side here. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. First red zone chance now for the Vikings. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. He'll drop to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Lucky 56.
A first carry now for Kenneth Dixon. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1.
That's what I'm talking about.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. Well, that's a tough, costly penalty because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw here. That's complete right around the 8. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second.
No. Check. Patriot. Patriot.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Leonard Floyd in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Gun.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. He can run for it, and he will. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th.
Partner, it's decision time now. I know it's still just the 2nd quarter, but you have an opportunity to either kick the field goal or go for it and try and score a big-time touchdown. This is why the head coaches get paid the big bucks.
Detroit! Gun!
And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The kick by Carlson is good. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead.
So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal. So
maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you can get to the red zone and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They go with Howard to begin the drive. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. On 2nd down, here's Trubisky. Being chased out left. And that's off the mark, incomplete. His first half struggles continue. He has yet to complete a pass. Hard to believe.
It is because I don't see anything wrong with him physically. Maybe he's a little amped up to begin with. Would have thought he would have settled down by now. I think someone's got to get in his ear, got to be a psychologist a little bit, and get him back on track.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And he'll take it on this side of midfield. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the play. This quarterback now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. He'll look to throw. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll be a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They'll look to throw. Drops it underneath to Thomas. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll be 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And now whistles here and a flag down. Looked like someone got going a little early. And this offense back to needing 10 yards after the false start. 3rd and 10. Back to throw here. Now he steps away, and he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Gain of 9 that time on the scramble, 1 yard shy of the marker, and it brings up 4th.
I liked his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. Here's Kelly on fourth down. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. They only get a hard-fought yard, but that's all they needed. It pays off the decision to go for it, first and goal. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. Carlson now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
He's going to air one out. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the shotgun is Trubisky, eluding the pressure right. Going deep this time for Miller. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hurry up, here we go. Green, 30.
Looking to throw. Drops it underneath to Dixon. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now back to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Campbell. And they get this all the way inside Chicago's 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
That's complete right around the 8. Now, before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. They'll look to throw again. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Oftentimes you say some guys have a knack for creating turnovers. He forced a fumble last week, forces another one.
And one of my good coaching buddies, Frank Delano, always told me, hey, Davis, creating turnovers is not as much about skill as it is about desire.
Oh, I thought it was going to be will, because will rhyme with skill.
Come on,
with desire. We'll go with desire.
What are you, the rhyme master now?
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. Carlson able to put this one through. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So they get the 3, increase their lead to close out the half.
Excellent way to end a drive. Go into the locker room with a little bit of extra momentum after adding 3 to their total.
Short kick. One of the up mid will take it now. So we've reached halftime here in the second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. On the handoff, this is Howard. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. A good productive run there on 1st down. He winds up getting 8.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in a mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. Now Trubisky to throw on 2nd. And now here is another interception. He's picked off at his own 47, and they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Good! Watch it now, Barney!
On 1st down, they go with Dixon. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Dixon again. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. A dump off for Dixon. Touchdown, Vikings! Kenneth Dixon, his first touchdown on the year. And the interception by the Vikings D leads to a touchdown. Mike Zimmer's made the decision. His guys will go for 2.
All right, now, lucky 56. 6.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. Carlson now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Let's go. We're on the ball after this.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Howard. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
On first, they go right back to Howard. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. Steps away to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time, and it's 3rd and 5.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Here's Trubisky. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 40, and a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right, you look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. And this one is incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And it's 2nd down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
On 2nd down, it's Dixon. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. They'll set up a throw. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that is sack number 15 for him on the year. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. They run play action for Howard. Now Trubisky. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this 3rd quarter of play. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. The Bears on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Now Trubisky to throw. And he's got Miller. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And a key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves him from a 3-and-out. Looking to throw, Trubisky on first down. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or 2 shy of midfield. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They are excited about where they are in this game.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 45. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step 1. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still 3-score game, though, 4th quarter. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
2nd and 10 now. It's Trubisky throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Trubisky to Gabriel there for a Bears first down. Now Trubisky on first down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Second and 10 now from the 27. Second and 10. It's Trubisky again. Now Trubisky lost the football. But the Bears look to get this one back, and indeed they did. So they'll keep possession. The Bears on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 19. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Anderson Dejo. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8.
The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah.
Ty Detmer. He's with the Lions at that time. To get to 8, are we sure he knows what color jerseys his team's wearing in this one?
I don't know. It has not been good. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
This will be caught at about the 5. Now the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit, being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
They'll look to throw here. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Carlson now to add the extra point. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Carlson now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Onto the field now come the Bears. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, and then finally kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something
Heads up.
to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Trubisky. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Everson Griffin in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Now Trubisky lost the football, and this belongs to the Vikings.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the 4th quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. That one looks like he'll throw here. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. He's got daylight. He's at the 50, the 30, 20, 10, and they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Now the Vikings now heading on to the field. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right? And sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 41 yards.
Well, go ahead and throw the ball, man. You got the big lead. You got the clock on your side. Obviously, they don't care much about the feelings of the other team, do they?
Well, I was going to say, you better run to the locker room pretty quick after this one.
Well, right now, maybe. They're just looking at it from the fantasy perspective. More points for everyone if they win big.
They go play action here on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Black 99 Philly, here we go. Hey, watch that, watch that. Check Mike 54. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 16.
4 down, 4 down. Alert. Hot. Motion, motion. Hot.
Back to throw here. Throw left side complete. That's Campbell. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
And they just had another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, You might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
It's the age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the times they just look at it like, let's just play the game. And however it turns out, it turns out.
So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. They'll set up to throw. This pass caught at the 4. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. Trying to pound it in with Dixon. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Vikings, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for Chicago, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.